Good morning. Today I want to share Ephesians 4, verse 2, which says, with all humility and gentleness, with patience, showing tolerance for one another in love. My devotional in Walking in Grace, it's the book that one of the books I read for my devotionals, it talked about today the difference between being sinned against and being offended. Now I know, that word offended, I'm offended, is very prevalent now. But the difference between the two is a sin is when someone chooses to do something wrong, or they choose to do something that's not right, according to God's law. Then that person needs to seek forgiveness from God and hopefully from you. But it's their problem, not yours. Being offended, on the other hand, is more your problem. If you're offended or bothered by something somebody did, like I texted them and they didn't text me back, or I invited them to my house and they didn't invite me back to theirs, that's your problem. They didn't sin according to God's law. And so it helps to maybe just look at what they did or didn't do as information about maybe their character. A thing I know I've done very often throughout my life is I give the person the benefit of the doubt. Maybe they didn't get back to me, text me back because they were busy and they forgot. I know I am guilty of that. I could read a text, but if I'm busy doing something, I'll finish what I'm doing, and then I forget to text the person. Maybe the person didn't invite you to their place because they're ashamed of how messy their house is. Again, guilty. My place is often not very clean, and, it's something that it takes time for me to get the house as clean as I would want it to be before I have somebody come in. So try to, I'm going to encourage you now, not to be offended when someone does something, but to show them grace, to be tolerant, to, not to pick up that offense and carry it around with you, but to let it go. And let's just show that grace to one another and tolerance, and not get offended just because somebody says something you don't like. Because again, a lot of times that is your problem, not theirs. They just think differently because God creates us all different. And it doesn't mean you have to be offended and act like you were sinned against by this person who just happens to not have the same opinion as you. Or maybe it was a text. I know I've had this experience where I said something and the person took it wrong. Or maybe somebody sent something to me and I wasn't sure, did they really mean it the way it came across, the way I took it? And so it's important to talk to each other and find out exactly, text can be misunderstood easily. So let's take that time to offer grace to each other, talk to one another, find out, did you really mean this? And if you did, I'm sorry, let's work this out. And let's not get offended so quickly, and realize if you're offended, what is your problem? I need to let that go. It's not the other person's problem. It's my problem that I'm offended. And, maybe stop and take a look at what happened in my life to cause me to feel that way. And maybe it's something as simple as talking to the person saying, when I text you, I would appreciate you texting me back when you have time, and, offering that person the grace, but to just know that, so much of this offense can be taken care of by talking and offering grace. God bless and have a great day.